My name is Julia Flores, and I did my topics project on composite softball bats. I chose this topic because I've played softball for 11 years now, and I'm currently on the team at WashU. So, softball bats are made of either aluminum or composite, but composite bats are much more popular due to better performance and a longer lifespan. Aluminum bats dent much more easily, and each time that they're used, some energy is lost. These dents can also result in cracks in the barrel, which cause the bat to fail. Softball bats are composed of three main parts, which are the knob, the handle, and a 2¼ inch barrel, which is the part of the bat that's used to hit the ball. Softball bats are different from baseball bats because they have a smaller barrel and they weigh a lot less. Composite bats can be made of carbon fiber, graphite, fiberglass, or Kevlar. The carbon provides high strength and stiffness, whereas the fiberglass provides flexibility and impact resistance. Composite bats are made of sheets of composite that are infused with an epoxy resin. They're placed one on top of the other in a crisscross pattern, and an iron is used to melt the seams together. The sheets are then run through a steel roller that's used to fuse them together. They're then cut to size and rolled around a steel bat form. These sheets are laser placed on the bat form to reduce overlap. Overlapping sheets increase the bat weight, which reduces the swing speed. Polypropylene tape is then wound around the carbon fiber sheets to remove the excess air in between them. The carbon is baked in an oven for 2 hours to melt the resin and fuse the layers together. The polypropylene tape is then cut off and removed from the bat. A sleeve of woven carbon fiber and fiberglass is placed over the bat, followed by a sleeve of braided carbon. Finally, a sleeve of a synthetic material called aramid is placed over the barrel of the bat and taped on. The bats are then placed into a mold, which is injected with an epoxy resin. The mold is then heated up to help fuse the sleeves onto the sheets of carbon fiber. After they're removed from the mold, a puller extracts the bat from the layers of carbon fiber. The bats are then tested for flexibility. Hardened resin at the base of the handle is sanded into shape as the knob of the bat. The bat's then sanded, dipped into a black primer, and hung to dry. The bat is then painted. A cap is inserted at the end of the barrel and press fitted with a polycarbonate plug. Resin is pumped into the bat through the knob to help seal the end cap. In order to meet weight specifications, excess resin may be pumped into the bat. The bat's then weighed and a seal pin is inserted to seal the knob. Most fast-pitch bats are either one piece or two pieces. Two-piece bats have a separate handle and barrel. One-piece bats have minimal flex at contact, so less energy is lost and hits are more powerful. However, two-piece bats are much more popular. They have greater flex, which increases the whip of the barrel and increases bat speed as well as the power when you hit the ball. Two-piece bats have a larger sweet spot, which is the part of the bat that creates more pop when you hit it, and they have reduced vibrations in the handle. These reduced vibrations come from an insulating material where the handle and the barrel are connected, as well as a rubber seal. So each bat is also balanced differently. Balanced bats have weight distributed evenly throughout the length of the bat, whereas end-loaded bats have weight distributed more towards the end of the barrel, like where the end cap is. So end-loaded bats have a higher moment of inertia. They're generally used by power hitters who hit the ball harder and further. The bat weight also impacts how hard you hit the ball. So in general, most older softball players use bats that are about 33 inches long, and most players use a drop 10, which refers to the weight. So a 33-inch bat normally weighs about 23 ounces. However, according to a study performed at Pennsylvania State, the greater the weight of the bat, the harder you hit the ball. However, some factors that players also have to consider are how fast they can swing the bat and the sweet spot of the bat. So players who aren't as strong need normally a drop 10 bat. However, if you're stronger, then you can move up to a drop 9, which is for example, with a 33-inch bat, it would weigh 24 ounces. However, players also still have to consider distribution of mass because that also impacts how they hit the ball. Softball bats are regulated depending on which league a player plays in. One main regulation to consider in the manufacturing process is that bats can't exceed a bat performance factor of 1.2. And what this means is that balls can only rebound off of a bat 20% harder than they would rebound off a solid wall. And this BFP refers to bats that are broken in. Breaking in a bat is the process of hitting about 500 balls, and this breaks down and stretches out the carbon fiber. So over time, as you break in your bat, the pop increases because the trampoline effect increases. So this BFP refers to broken in bats. Some things I would like to further study would be learning about how manufacturers improve bats within the given regulations, as well as how the carbon is woven together to create carbon fiber sheets and carbon fiber sleeves. And these are my sources.